Let's talk about coping. Because I fell short today on an exam that I've been studying for a while. Now, where I should have done better was I should have picked a different source and picked outside sources to learn from. Now, I know what to expect next time I take this thing, so I'm going to go look for some material that's going to cover that and help me get really good at it. Because everything that I was prepared for, I did well on. Everything that I wasn't prepared for, I bombed. Who would have guessed? So I know I took ownership for my end of the deal. Student and teacher is a two-way relationship. You have to have a good student and you have to have a good teacher, right? Because not everyone's required to learn and not everyone's equipped to teach. That's a hard lesson I've had to learn. But at the end of the day, I'm very grateful that this happened, because it's actually brought up an idea in my mind that I've been thinking a lot about. Because not only was I able to process the failure and just kind of like switch to counting the W's I've had in my life, like the things that I'm here to be grateful for. I've got a family. I've got a really supportive group of people around me and my hobbies. I think I've switched around my life to where I feel more part of a community than I ever have before. So it's a lot of cushion to fall back on when you fall short or you fail or something, because everyone fails at something. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing something, you're probably going to find something in life that you're eventually going to fall short at. It's a learning process that I expect to be taking with me now from when I enter my grave at the end of my life. But with this coping, I've also noticed that the world would be a better place if a lot of people had coping skills. Because I see that a lot in society. Not only do we kind of live in a hyper-judgmental society where everyone preaches inclusion and stuff, but if we actually stood for what we talked about, I think this world will be a better place. I think that, because online, cope is just this negative word, right? Cope is this thing where they'll say, oh, that's just cope or anything like that. Why is coping a bad thing? Because not everything in life is going to go your way. And if you don't know how to cope, you're going to get so full of negative emotion that it's going to spill out and it's going to affect other people who don't deserve to be treated like garbage. So you're not just doing yourself a favor, you're doing society a favor by coping. And the best cope is to also get better. The best cope is to also get back to work. Now, am I going to be taking a day off? Yeah, just take a day off, get a breather, enjoy some of the little things. That always helps. And then I'm going to eventually get right back to it. Maybe not as much time because I have been neglecting some things in my life that I got to get back on track on. So I can't lose sight of the bigger picture. But again, it's just a broader way of thinking than just you're either good or you're trash at something, right? A lot of people tend to think that. And I don't think social media has helped in that sense. But with cope and coping skills, I ask a lot of older people this, and they say that it's a good skill to have because not a lot of people my age have good coping skills, and that's what causes them to try to instigate conflicts and take things out. I've seen it multiple times, a lot of different workplaces, a lot of different areas in life where someone's holding some chip on their shoulder, letting it build, and they choose to release it in a very negative way that makes everyone else around them act. It's amazing. The energy usage in this universe is insane. But I think, honestly, if we were to cope, like, not necessarily like I am, because there's a lot of different ways to cope. I'm not saying my way of living is the way you should live your life. But instead of being hard on yourself in these times of failure, in these times of you fell short, be nice to yourself, because there's a lot of things in this process that I have learned that are now just kind of part of my mind. And now that I can move forward on this with a healthier mindset instead of just spiraling and not trying to take it out on the people around me, I can enjoy the things in my life that I have going for me. I can appreciate my wins. I can appreciate all this stuff. But I just want to kind of like spew and get on this soapbox. And I know it's a little bit of just a mind mess right now for a lot of people, but I just hope someone took something from this, because there's nothing wrong with a healthy bit of cope. Just don't use cope as a crutch. And I think society would be a better place with better mental health. I'll see you guys later. I got to get back to work on my life. Life's a process, and man, I missed a lot of things I'm about to get back to. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.